Now we are going to see the lesson Earthquake. The author name was M.S. Mahadevan. Greeting travelers, you look tired and cold. A voice was greeting a travelers. The traveler was looked tired. Are you a stranger to this part, waiting for the bus to the Badrinath? Perhaps you are a pilgrim or a visitor to the valley of flowers. Pilgrim means devotee. The traveler may be come to the Badrinath as a pilgrim or a visitor to the valley of flower. Anyway, whoever you are come to with me, wait at my tea shop. It is just past that bend in the road. He called the traveller to his tea shop. The tea shop was at the turning of the road. As you, as you can see, I am carrying this can of milk to the shop. In 10 minutes, I will have a fire going. While you warm yourself, it will prepare for you the best cup of tea in Harwell. I will chase away the pinched blue look from your face. The man was carrying a milk can to the shop. He said that within 10 minutes he set a fire and prepare a best tea at Cornwall. The tea they may be remove the tiredness from his face. Here we are. Welcome to my humble roadside tea shop. Make yourself comfortable on this wooden bench. It looks rickety, but it will hold your weight. He welcomed the man to his tea shop. Make yourself comfortable on the wooden bench. He asked him to sit on the bench. The bench was an old bench, but it held his weight. My name, sir, I am called Bridge. He said his name as Bridge. I am 17 years old. He was 17 years old. I started this tea shop 2 years ago. He started this tea shop 2 years before. Before that, I worked in a roadside shop outside Panipat. The heat, the crowd, the pollution, it was all too much. I have saved most of my earning. I came back and with a little help, I started this shop. By the grace of God, it provided me a decent enough livelihood. Before come to this village and started a shop, he was working a roadside shop. It was in Panipat. It was a city. Panipat was a city, so there was heat, crowd, and pollution. He saved many of his earning and come to this village and started this small shop. By God's grace, it provided enough money to live. Here, your tea is ready, strong, sweet, flavored with cardamom. Now he prepared a tea. It was a cardamom tea. Enjoy it, sir, while I get on with my chores. This is my daily routine. At sunset, I will set my shop and walk back the 3 miles to my dwelling on the hillside. He opened the shop at the morning and prepare a cardamom tea and give it to the person come to his shop. It was his daily routine. Chores mean daily routine work. After the sunset, he went to the village. He went to his village. The name of my village. What is the name of his village? It was my village, the village of my ancestor. It is no more. Moldy is gone. His village was Moldy, but the Moldy was not now present. What happened to my village? What happened to the Moldy? It was 4 years ago in the month of October. Before 4 years, earthquake was happened at that places. One night the earth quaked. Yes, tremors are common in these parts. These snow may seem eternal. The Himalayas may look solid, but the truth is deep down they are unstable. We who live here are accustomed to tremors. Before 4 years, there happened an earthquake. The Moldy village was destroyed in the earthquake. Tremors mean earthquake. Earthquakes are common in that places. The snows may seem eternal. Eternal means forever and unending. The snows was present all the day. The snows may be seem to present all the years, but the Himalayas may look solid, but the truth is deep down they are unstable. The Himalayas may look solid, but they are unstable under the earth. Because tremors are common in that places, they are habituated to the tremors. Tremors mean earthquake. They are habituated to the earthquake. But what happened that night was more than that. It was a terrible earthquake. Its effects were felt as far away as Delhi and Lucknow. Before 4 years, there was a terrible earthquake. The earthquake effect was felt near Delhi and Lucknow also. Can you imagine the devastation at the heart of the earthquake? The Moldy was at the heart of the earthquake. So the disaster happened in that places. The epicenter was in the valley not far from here. Epicenter means the center of the earthquake was present in a valley. There were 670 villages in the valley. 670 villages were in the valley. 602 were destroyed. In the earthquake, 602 villages were destroyed. The earthquake lasted less than 5 minutes, but the earthquake happened only 5 minutes. Time enough to set that centuries old mountain crashing to reduce our villages to rubble. The old mountain was broken. The broken rocks are made the village to rubbles. Rubble means broken pieces. The old mountain crashing causes the villages into broken spaces to nuff out hundreds of life. It nuff out means kill. It kill hundreds of the life. The earthquake broken the villages and killed them hundreds of lives. It was sheer chance that it was away that night. It is a good chance. He was away that night. He was not in that place during the earthquake. He was not in the Moldy village during the earthquake. I had gone to Pauri to buy my school books. He go to buy school book to Pauri. I stayed the night at my uncle. He stayed the night at his uncle's house. We felt the tremors. The Pauri also felt the earthquake. We ran out into the open. The peoples are come to the open places, came out from the house. Again and again, again and again the tremor comes. They felt again and again the tremors. We spent the entire night outside. Pauri lived through the night, Moldi didn't. The Pauri also felt the earthquake. All the peoples are spent the entire night outside. The Pauri saved from the earthquake, but the Moldi destroyed in the earthquake. For the living, the nightmare began at the daybreak when the new trickle in of the large scale devastation. The nightmare means frightened dream. Like a frightened dream, the news was coming to the Bowery. Trickled tears, it made tears to him because the Modi village was destroyed. Then he heard the news at the daybreak. In the news, he shed tears. A large devastation happened in the village Molde. There were dozens of landslides, huge boulders thrown haphazardly across motorable tracks and roads. Landslides are happened during the earthquake. So all the roads are blocked by the huge large stones. Boulder means large stone. Capacitor means random manners. Angange. Angange. In a random manners, the landslides are happened. The huge rocks are fall on the roadsides and block the roadways. Precious time was spent in the blasting the rocks and clearing the way of army rescue team. Army saving team, rescue team in army saving team. The valuable time of the army saving team was wasted by removing the rocks, black the road. Removing the rocks, black the roads. Removing the rock which blocks the roads. It was all of 4 days before help arrived for Maldives. It take 4 days to help arrived to Maldives. I was among the first to reach the village. He was first to go to the village. His uncle was my uncle accompanied me. His uncle come with him. We feared the worst, but nothing had prepared us for what we saw. The worst happened in that places. The Moldi village is destroyed. On seeing that, they feared. Every single house, every wall, every roof had flattened. Every houses in the Moldi villages were destroyed. Stone, rubble and dust were all that remained. Only the stones, the broken pieces and the dirt was present in that places. Our house was a two-story stone building with a slat roof. His house was two-story building. My great-grandfather had built the house. His grandfather built that house. We were a small family. My father had died after an illness for just 14 months ago. My mother took care of us. We were 3 children. I was the oldest. My brother Neelu was 10. Buli, my 2-year-old sister, was the baby of the family. My grandmother lived with us. His family was small families. His father his father died. His mother take care of him. His mother take care of them. They are 3 children. His brother Neelu was 10 years old. His sister Buli was 2 years old sister. His grandmother lived with them. When the soldiers began to clear the debris, my uncle led me away. Then the soldiers are come to Moldy villages to save the people. They remove the debris. I was in complete dash. Dash means confusion. He was in confusion. He can't do anything. And numb to feel anything. He can't feel anything. The soldiers had set up a makeshift camp. Makeshift means temporary camp. The soldier made a temporary camp in that village. Someone gave me tea and a biscuit. One person gave him a tea and a biscuit. I don't know how long I was there. Suddenly it was evening and uncle was standing beside me. Till evening, then in their army rescue team remove the debris and taking the dead bodies from the debris. They have taken the bodies to the river bank. He said gently, come, you must perform the last rites before sunset. Tomorrow we will go back to Pauri. The army soldiers are taken the bodies to the river bank to perform the funerals. Here his uncle called him to perform the religious customs. Tomorrow they go to the Bauri. Tomorrow they will go to Bauri. I had last seen my family while leaving for Pauri. They stood at the doorway and waved. Ma, Grandma, Neelu and Boli. That is the way I will always remember them, smiling and waving at me. Not as a white, shrouded, lifeless figures I saw. Before he go to Bauri, his grandma, Neelu and Bauli um, stood on the doorway and waved their hands. They say goodbye to him. Now they are felled as a dead body. Now they are seen as a dead bodies. Their dead bodies are covered with a white cloth. Buli, she was not there. His grandma, Neelu and Ma dead bodies are taken by the army man, but Buli was not there. They have to found her, my uncle said. They have not found her, my uncle said. The wild animal bridge don't look like that. See that? His uncle said that the army men cannot find the bull's body. The bully may be eaten by a wild animals. Bridge, she is dead. His uncle said that she was dead. But we must find her, I shouted. But Bridge said that they must find her. They should find her. Bridge, get a grip on yourself. Uncle bleeded. And uncle bleeded that Bridge, control yourself. But I was beyond reasoning. Beyond reasoning, I ran back to the village, to the spot where my house had stood. He ran back to the village and go to his house. There was still so much debris. His house was broken as a debris. I trampled around, sifting the earth and the stone. He moved the broken pieces. How long I was on my knees, charging, crying and charging. He is removing the debris and charging the bodies of Polly. Boy, it is no use, a voice said. I looked up. A voice said that it was no use. The speaker was the army officer who had supervised the relief operation. There is no one alive in there, he said. Whom are you looking for? The army officer is the supervisor of the relief operation. He asked that, whom he was looking for. My sister, sir. Bridge said that he's searching his sister, Bully, fighting to control my tears. On all I went is to give her a proper cremation. Puri said that he wanted to perform a proper incineration, proper funeral to his sister Puli. I stopped, conscious that I was babbling. The Bridge was confused and murmured and searching her Mbuli's body. I could see that he was bone tired. He looked as if he had not slept for days. His uniform was covered with dirt. His face was grimy. But though all the dust and grim, I saw that his eyes were kind. The army officer was very tired. He he didn't slept many days. His uniform was dirty. His face was dirty. But his eyes shows the kindness. My men have been on their feet for days, he said softly as if talking to himself. The army officer said that the soldiers are working for many days without sleeping. They have done all they could here. They do the best in their places. Tomorrow at a daybreak we go to another village just like this. Then another. The army officer said that tomorrow they go to another villages, then go to another villages. He looked away at the sun setting behind the peaks. Also the army officer looked the sun setting. It is dark. It is getting dark. Down in the valley, the pirates burnt row upon row. They are taking the dead bodies from the debris and burnt it in row upon row. The officer muttered something, shook his head and turned away. The officer murmured and said something and go away. A terrible despair helped me. A dreadful and loss of hope was swallowed by me. I lay there because the army officer leave without helping. So he was very stressed. I lay there among the ruins of my house and cried. He sit in that places and cried. 10 minutes later, the officer was back. With him were 3 soldiers armed with spade and crowbars. Without a word, the man began removing the debris. They labored doggedly. Doggedly means persistently work. When it was completely dark, someone brought a few lit Petromax lamp. 2 hours later, a soldier called out, "Sir." 10 minutes later, the officer returned with few soldiers. The soldiers carried spades and crows. They dig the debris. They are persistently worked in that places. It was completely dark, so someone brought a Petromax lamps. 2 hours later, they called a army officer supervisor. He stood in the middle of a small hollow. The wall had caved in at that spot. I recognized a part of a door. Beneath it, a small feet. He stood middle of a small hollow. In that places there was a caved spot. Bridge recognized that was a door. Beneath that, a small feet is seeing. Feverishly, the soldiers began to clear the hollow. Speedily, the soldiers began to clear the hollow. Then they lifted the door. They lifted the door. She is alive, someone said. Someone said that she was alive. It was a miracle. It was unbelievable. She had been buried under the debris for 116 hours. Fully buried in that places 160 hours. She had survived the earthquake, the cold night, and the wild animals. He She survived the earthquake and the cold night and the wild animals. A raged sea went up, and the soldiers wrapped her in a warm blanket and carried her to the tent where a makeshift hospital had been set up. Woolley lived. The next day I went to thank the army officer, but he was gone. I did not even know his name. A raged sea went up. A rough happiness was went in that places. The soldier taken her and wrapped her with a blanket and lifted her to and carried her to the emergency hospital. Next day, Bridge went to thank the army officer, but the army officer gone to the next villages. The army officer went to the next villages. I did not even know his name. Bridge cannot know his name. My sister and I went on to live with my uncle. Buri and Bridge went with his uncle. Soon after, I got a job at a dhaba near Panipat. Pauli stayed back. She started going to school. It waited on me that I never thanked that army officer. I hoped that one day I would run into him again. Every time I saw an army officer, I would hope it was him. For For months I would search for his face in every crowd, and one day I did find him. Puri and his sister Bridge and his sister Pauli went with his uncle. He got a job at a he got a job at Panipat. Puli went to school. He wanted to thank the army officer. He hoped that one day he see him. So every time whenever he saw an army officer, he think that it was that army officer. For months he searched every army officer faces in the crowd to find that army officer. It was late on a winter night. A truck stopped at the stop. One day, at the winter night, a truck was stopped near his shop. A man got out. He looked familiar. When he was stepped into the light, I saw that it was not him, just someone who bore a strong resemblance. A truck was stopped near his shop. A man get out from this truck. He think that he was that army officer. But when the man stepped into the light, he saw that it was not that army officer. Someone who bore a strong resemblance. The army officer resembled like that supervisor. The man was tired. He asked for a cup of tea. I served him, sir. I felt this strange lightness. The man asked a cup of tea. He served him a cup of tea and also feel happy. This sense of joy, whenever he helped to the tired person, he feel happy. When the man offered to pay, he didn't take the money. The army officer gave money to him, but he didn't take the money. The next day it happened again. Every day, whenever see the army officer, he served the tea to the army officer. Every day I would see someone, a complete stranger, a tired traveler who reminded me of that army officer. It was as if he was everywhere. And every time I served him tea, I felt a surge of sheer joy. Every day he saw a strangers and a tired travelers. He served tea to the tired travelers and the strangers. He felt happy in that service. A month later, I quit my job at the shop and returned to those mountains. Before a month, first he was working in the Panipat in a small shop. A month After a month, he stopped his shop and returned to the mountain. Mountain means returned to this Moldi village. The shop owner was quite relieved. So the shop owner was relieved from stress. He had no use for waiter who kept forgetting to present the bill to the customer. When Bridge working in his shop, he often forget to present the bill to the customer. So now he stopped to go to the shop. So the shop owner was relieved from the stress. Now I am on my own. Bridge built a new shop in the Moldi village and I am at peace. Bridge also happy. Here is your bus, sir. No money. You were tired. In the tired traveler, after taking the tea, give money to him. Give money to him. All I offered you was a cup of tea. Maybe it was the best tea in all Cornwall. Maybe not. All I offered you was a cup of tea. Simply, I give you a cup of tea. It is the best tea in Cornwall. But I am happy. I got you this small service. He was happy in performing these small services to the tired people. Wish you a safe journey, sir. May God be with you. Also, he wished the traveler to have a safe journey. May God be with you. He prayed the God to bless him. Thank you.